بسم الله الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي وبعد. First of all, I want to thank ICNA and Young Muslims for this opportunity to speak to you about our company, Strategic Realty Solutions. Very simply, what we do, we're a company based out of New Jersey, which happens to be the leading state in foreclosures in all of the United States. And we flip distressed properties. So we find the ugliest properties in the nicest neighborhoods, we renovate them, and then we flip them. It's a 100% riba-free, Sharia-compliant model whereby investors fund the acquisition and the rehab of the properties. The profits that are made are then distributed. There's a profit-sharing program, and we average about 17% annualized return on investment. Just very briefly about myself, so perhaps you can know that I'm potentially qualified to even speak about this subject. I started in real estate back in 2001. Mohammed Abbasi, he's a gentleman that bought the franchising rights to Keller Williams in New Jersey. I had the privilege to basically study under him as he went on to open about 24 offices. So I learned the real estate agent part of things. In 2008, a very critical thing happened. Lehman Brothers crashed, and that set off a domino effect where a lot of banks were defaulting, and then the economic debacle took place. At that time, you were able to buy properties 20 to 60 cents on the dollar, and that's exactly what I did. So I went through 11 years of corporate America in healthcare sales and management, where I was a global business manager for Clorox Healthcare. And because I had a lot of autonomy in my job, I had some time to build a business at the same time. Since then, I've gone full-time in the business. So we were buying about 5 to 6 properties a year. And the money was funded by myself, my father, Mamu, Chacha, that sort of thing. In 2012, we started to raise money from the American Muslim community, to the point today that, alhamdulillah, we've raised about $12 million. We're currently doing 21 rehab projects throughout New Jersey, as well as a rental side of our business. So I'll tell you a little bit about that. So these are some of the deals that we've done. A lot of people say, show me the money and show me what exactly you're doing. So we do everything from basic rehabs all the way to tearing down a property, and then building a new construction. So this is one that's very close to my office that we found right by St. Peter's Hospital. We purchased it for $200,000. Purchase was $150,000. We put 56 into it, and then flipped it for $335,000. We were in and out in 2 months and 23 days. And the profits on that were roughly about $121,000, alhamdulillah. We have a very stringent criteria of how we buy these properties. In the 6.5 years of doing this, alhamdulillah, we've never lost money for our investors or for our company. Inshallah, we never do. This is another property. It was owned by a physician. He paid, at the height of the market, $860,000 for this house. We bought it for $385,000. It's 5 bedrooms, 4.5 bathrooms, 2.6 acres. We bought it for about a $500,000 discount, renovated it, and created a nice profit. So you can understand the basic idea of what we're doing. Here's one in Montclair. This is a before and after. This was a house that we purchased as a short sale from Bank of America, tore it down and built a 3,000 square foot new construction. These are projects that we're doing in New Jersey right now, side by side, 2 families. And this was built, we bought raw land and built new construction. And now that's being sold to an investor in Dubai, and there's a significant profit for our investors on that one as well. Now, the new program that we've started, which I didn't speak to you about last year because I had this opportunity to present last year as well, is our rental property portfolio. So our rehab projects take about 6 months, 6 to 8 months, sometimes longer. Rental portfolios are for those people that say, I want a monthly income, something that's ongoing, that's coming in. And so we show you how to put together a rental property portfolio. What's nice about rental properties, if you don't know this, is that number one, you get equity because we're buying them at a distressed price. You get cash flow from the rents. You get appreciation because we buy in markets where there's an uptick in prices. You get depreciation. So if you're a physician, attorney, engineer, IT consultant, you're a high net worth individual making good money, you can use the depreciation of that asset as a tax write-off, which is pretty significant. These properties are professionally managed, so all the day-to-day operations are done by a third-party management company, so there's no headaches on your part. It's a hands-off, hassle-free sort of an investment. And then here's something that, you know, I was at a conference and I listened to this. Some of you that have kids that are going to college, this is a very powerful strategy that you can use, and I'll be talking about this tomorrow in the finance series, is that, you know, say your kid is 3 or 4 or 5 years old, and you buy a rental property, and over the course of the next 15 years, it pays itself off, or you bought it in cash. By the time that they are ready to go to college, if you go to one of the Sharia-compliant companies, Guidance or University Islamic Finance, if you happen to be comfortable in dealing with those companies and you do a cash out refinance, you can pull equity out of that property up to 75% of the loan to value. So say the property is worth $200,000, you can pull $150,000 out of that property and then pay off your children's college education while your tenants continue to pay down the debt service, the mortgage. So it's a powerful strategy. I'll elaborate on it tomorrow at the finance series. So we've raised about $12 million, and that a lot of that is actively working in a lot of our projects, alhamdulillah. And we're looking to raise about 20 million because the next frontier that we're going into is into emerging markets like Dallas, Atlanta, Charlotte, North Carolina, where you can get apartment buildings, and we're gonna syndicate money, so pool money under one LLC, and then buy apartment buildings. And then whatever your contribution is, or whatever your share is, your rental distribution will be accordingly. And lastly, if you remember very little from this presentation, try to remember this. If you have money sitting in an IRA or a 401k, and you left a job once upon a time and it's just sitting and it's not working at the returns that you would like, you can actually self-direct that IRA and then invest it yourself without the need of a money manager. So you don't necessarily need to put it into whatever they tell you to put it into. You can put it into raw land, you can buy rental properties, you can invest in gold, you can invest in multiple assets. If your cousin is starting up a franchise, you can invest in that as well. So that's something that we educate our clients on, and you can do it tax deferred or tax free. And I'll speak about that tomorrow, inshallah. Lastly, if you want to learn how to flip properties, we're going to be doing a tour this year of the United States. It's a 3-day boot camp to teach you how to do marketing, wholesaling, how to raise private money, how to do rehabs A to Z. So we've developed an entire documented system that works, and we're going to be doing it in 10 major cities around the United States, and that's under our company, Flip Nation. So inshallah, if you have any questions, I'd love to engage with you in conversation. We're right outside that door. We're not actually in the bazaar. We're right here, just beyond that wall. Thank you for your time. Barakallahu li wa lakum. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.